That was a bit of a fucking shit show in Vancouver, if I do say so myself. Not usually my style to get harp on officiating, but as far as I'm concerned, that was a fucking horseshit effort. From the Stripes tonight in Vancouver, started off in the first period, seeing McDavid basically get fucking tackled at the blue line, taking away any opportunity. I don't know. That was garbage, and so you kind of set that precedent, and you know you're in for a long night. The turning of his foot to direct the puck into the net. I mean, his foot was this way, and then he turned it this way to make the puck go in. If that isn't kind of kicking the puck in the net, I don't really know what is. I mean, yeah, he didn't kick, a 60-yard field goal there. Yeah, okay. But he definitely used his skate to make sure the puck went in the net. And I would say it's more than just going in off the instep of his foot. I think he made sure that he made contact with it. So you want to call that a kick or not, I guess that's on you. But that's a pretty shady fucking goal, if you ask me. I don't know if that call, they reviewed it, but I don't know if the review actually came from Toronto or just in-house and they didn't want to overturn their already called goal. I take issue with that. I don't know. There was no attempt. Like, I think at some point you got to at least try to get your stick on the puck. Like, and there was no attempt at that. It's kind of dragging your back foot to make sure you direct it into the net. And to me, that's not hockey anymore. So, if that's going to be what a good goal is, I don't want to see that anymore. Anyway, that's where I am on that. And then in the third, that fucking too many men call to gift Vancouver the power play that ended up leading to the game-winning goal. That is shit, as far as I'm concerned. Guy's a foot and a half away from being off the ice. We didn't have possession of the puck. That's garbage. There was no advantage there. Vancouver, as far as I'm concerned, that was a horseshit call. That to me, that too many men call was worse than the goal that they allowed there. If I have one issue, really, with the Oilers on the night, it was Vancouver's first goal. And Draisaitl loses the face-off there at the end of the period. I think Mikko would like to have that one back. I don't think that was a very strong goal. I think he kind of got caught napping a little bit there. But yeah, that's kind of my beefs with the fucking game tonight. It's not my style to rip on officiating, but tonight, I mean, that was a pretty shitty fucking officiated game. Nurse in the third period too was charging down the left side, and Pettersson, accidentally on purpose ends up with his skate underneath Darnell's skate blade, and Darnell goes down. A big man of that size doesn't go down without help, and no call there because the Oilers just came off the power play and they didn't want to give him another one because we've got a potent power play. It's almost our fucking... It almost works against us. We've got a good power play, so the refs don't want to give us one. I hate how games in the NHL seem to be managed more than officiated with what goes on. Like, it's It's like they've got the fucking tablet out and they're keeping track of, okay, I've called 4 on them. Now I got to give these guys a power. Like it's just horseshit. They don't call the game; they just call the score sometimes too. If I'm out to lunch, tell me I'm out to lunch, but I don't think I am. I'm usually pretty, you know, I, I I see games sometimes that are officiated badly, and it's you got to persevere. But sometimes you just run into things that make it hard to do that. I mean that fucking goal that was redirected in. I I, I take issue with that. And then too many men call I thought was just fucking that was just a brutal call. Like so many times. I mean, when you have the puck, usually you're gifted 6 to 8 feet of tolerance from when one guy's coming off and the next guy's or the guy that's already on. Usually the guy that's coming off, if he's within 6 to 8 feet of the bench, they let it go. We didn't even have the puck, and it was like a foot and a half away, like literally this far from being off. Nope, too many. What? Are you fucking serious? And a lot of times after the call's made, they'll show a clip of, okay, this is how many guys were on and the proximity to the bench. You couldn't count to 6 anytime they showed the video of being like on the ice and sort of directly in the play. Because there was 5 guys on, and the other guy was like literally like a foot and a half away from being on the bench. Just a bogus bullshit call. And you gift the Canucks a brutal power play off a bogus call, and they score on it. And you're in the third period. It's sometimes hard to come back from that. And then McDavid, when with the extra man out, he's coming across the blue line with a head of steam. There's a stick basically lodged right in his waist, and he bobbles the puck because he can't really control his stick because he's getting forced back. Nope, play on. Like you owed us a power play after that bullshit fucking too many men call, and nope, not today, kids. It's guaranteed Vancouver win night. I don't believe in games being fixed, but that was just a fucking brutally horseshit officiated game. Although I will admit, sometimes when I'm watching a game like that, I'm not really watching too closely on what's missed on the Vancouver end of it. But I did definitely see what was called in their favor. It's like, I don't know how many officiating crews there are that do all the games in the NHL. I'd imagine there's probably about at least a dozen to probably 15, maybe 20 different crews. And, what is there, 5 officials in the NHL that you would actually, classify as good refs? I'm sure the other 7 to 10 that actually do games are probably fine at the WHL and OHL and major junior level, but yeah, we're talking about half dozen officials in the NHL that are actually competent and do their job, And you know, what are we talking? 3 to 4 that actually do really well. And everybody, talks about Wes McCauley. I think he's an all right ref, but I think he's a little fucking over dramatic. Fight for fighting, more of a salesperson, really, Electrolux guy than probably a good ref. But yeah. So a couple days off, and then Battle of Alberta, I think, is probably the next game on Friday. And I'm getting spoiled by my girlfriend, who is taking me to the game New Year's Eve. Oilers and the Rangers, and we're staying at the Marriott there, attached to Rogers, so I don't have to drive anywhere or go anywhere. So have some fun. But I guess that's all I'm gonna say about this Knucklehead Oilers clash tonight. Just wanted to rant a little bit about what I thought was pretty substandard officiating, and I guess I'll let you guys go. I'll leave you with how I always check out. Remember to keep your sticks on the ice and keep reaching for the stars. Go Oilers, go. Good night.